Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. Today is Wednesday, July 27th, 2022. I'm your host, Josh Davis, also known as Crash, and we're here to talk about today's Major League Baseball slate. I'm going to be going over the 5-game main slate tonight, which starts at 6:40 p.m. Eastern. So that's the main slate that I'm going to cover on this podcast. There is one play that I'll be mentioning later on that is from the early slate, but for the most part, I'm going to be going over the main slate. If you're new to the channel, if you would give us a like and hit the subscribe button. And then if after you've subscribed, if you would, please hit the alarm bell, and that will turn the notifications on to let you know when our next podcast has been added to the channel. Our presenting sponsor today is PrizePicks. If you go to prizepicks.com, use the promo code CoachTalk, all one word with no space. They will 100% match your first deposit up to $100. And if you haven't joined us yet at DFS Coach Talk, you can join us at dfscoachtalk.com. Our best offer right now is our MLB second half special. It's only $110. It goes all the way up until October 2nd. It's which is week 4 of the NFL season. So you get all the way through baseball, and then, through the regular season, and then through the first month of the NFL, and then through PGA and Live Golf and everything else, MMA and NASCAR that we offer up until then. So it's a really great deal. If you want to check us out for just a weekend sometime, we have a 3-day pass for $10, and that's also one of our more popular options, and that will get you all our major sports as well. So I'm going to be going over the 5-game main slate. It starts at 6:40 p.m. Eastern, and my top pitcher play is going to be Kevin Gausman. He's 10-4 on Fanduel. He's 9,300 on Draftkings. He is my favorite pay-up option on the slate. He's going up against the St. Louis team that he went up against earlier this year in St. Louis. And in that game, he pitched 6 shutout innings with 8 strikeouts for 52 fantasy points. And the Cardinals are actually without their 2 top bats right now for this series in Toronto, without Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado. So I think that Gausman will be able to take full advantage of that. Like I said, he had really good numbers against St. Louis, even with them in the lineup. So without them in the lineup, I think he'll really have a strong day. And then, I like Luis Castillo as another pay-up option against Miami. But I just think, with Gausman facing St. Louis without their top 2 bats, that I give the slight edge to him here. Max Scherzer is another top option on this slate, but he's going up against the number 1 offense in baseball this year in the Yankees. They've scored 5.36 runs per game. So all of those factors led me to Kevin Gausman as my top pay-up option. My value pitcher is going to be a guy that I went with recently up against Pittsburgh. He did very well for us, and that's Braxton Garrett. He's 8,200 on Fanduel, 7,900 on DraftKings. As I mentioned, we used him against Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago, and he had 55 fantasy points when we used him. But he had his last 2 starts were both against Pittsburgh. He had the 46 and then the 55 fantasy point game with a combined 18 strikeouts and 6 innings pitched in each game, and he only allowed 1 total run in those 2 games. So very strong numbers from Garrett lately. And I like him going up against Cincinnati. They have the 4th highest strikeout rate this year at 23.8%. And last night, Pablo Lopez, he got a ton of strikeouts. He got tied a season high 11 strikeouts, and he hadn't had more than 8 strikeouts since May 13th, when he also had 11 strikeouts against Milwaukee. So I really like this matchup for Garrett. I think he can get, 7-8 strikeouts probably is what I'm looking at for him. And I think that he'll continue to have a strong second half of the season. My fade pitcher is going to be Max Scherzer. He's 11-5 on Fanduel, 10-6 on DraftKings. It's just too expensive for a guy that's matched up as good as he is against the Yankees. We probably need 50 to 60 fantasy points from him for him to hit value. And especially on Fanduel at 11-5, I just think that, Gausman and even Castillo are better options for their matchup and their price. My BVP play of the day is from the early slate. As I mentioned earlier, I do have a play from the early slate, and that is Matt Olson. He's 3,800 on Fanduel, 5,000 on Draftkings. He is on the early slate. He's hit 444 against Kyle Gibson with 8 hits and 18 at-bats, including 4 singles, a double, and 3 home runs. So really strong numbers for Matt Olson here, and I like him going up against Kyle Gibson today. My home run call is going to be Vladimir Guerrero. He's 17 of 21 of his home runs have come against right-handed pitchers, and he tends to hit them in bunches. And I think that, he hit a home run last night, and I kind of feel like he's about to go on another one of those home run streaks. So I like Vladimir Guerrero to hit a home run tonight. And he's also going to be in my top stack, which is going to be the Toronto Blue Jays against Adam Wainwright. I like the Blue Jays a lot tonight. And also like the Mets against Domingo Germán. I think they have a really good matchup there. So the Mets and the Blue Jays are going to be my 2 top stacks. And as far as my PrizePicks plays go, my top PrizePicks plays are going to be Vladimir Guerrero over 1.5 total bases. As I mentioned, he is going to be my home run call. And so I like that over 1.5 total bases. That should be pretty easy for him to get. All he needs is 1 extra base hit or 2 singles or something like that, and he'll be there. And then they've got Braxton Garrett. I haven't checked this morning to see if this number's gone up, but they had it at 4.5 strikeouts. So I definitely like the over at 4.5 strikeouts. I think he can go well over that number. Like I said, I have him projected for 7 to 8. So Garrett over 4.5 strikeouts. I think that has a really strong chance of hitting tonight. And that is going to do it, guys. Coach has been having some technical difficulties. I've been sick this week, so we haven't had a regular schedule show, like we normally do with Coach and I or Coach and Deb. But we should be back to that hopefully tomorrow. Coach and I will be back on the show, and we'll be back in the regular schedule soon. So hope you guys have a great day. If you want to follow us at Twitter, we're at DFS Coach Talk. I'm at JP Davis 1982. Coach is at Joe Servati. And hope you guys have a great day. Hope we crush all these slates today. There's quite a few slates. We'll be providing those to our members. Just wanted to hit the main slate here, the 5-game main slate for this podcast. And like I said, we will be giving out our core plays and our lineups for all of our members. So hope you guys have a great day. And we will be back again tomorrow when we look to crush it in MLB DFS and PrizePicks. Thank you.